So we're here with another podcast.
Oh, we started.
Yeah, we've started. Welcome back, you two. You've been disappearing for ages.
No, we disappeared once and then never reappeared.
True. He has been disappearing and not being invited back. Wink, wink, John.
David was banned from the podcast.
Well, he shouldn't have done all of those naughty things that he did. Like the kitten murder.
The kitten burger.
Murder.
All right.
Kitten burger.
Burger after murder.
Yeah, you don't want to murder the kitten and eat the burger. Sicko.
Maybe the kitten was part of the burger.
But it would be, because he murdered it and then ate it, and he put it between two bits of...
It's already too inane. 30 seconds and it's way too inane.
Yeah. We're already talking about murdering kittens and you eating them.
You're sick. Babe.
Why would you do that?
Sick.
Ugh.
Anyway, so, after a minute of murdering kittens, do you want to introduce yourselves?
No.
Blaze. Oh, right, yeah, okay. Let's not do that. No, yeah, no. Everyone knows me.
We've got Blaze,
introducing myself. On the subject of introducing myself, I was thinking of changing my tag, actually. So I don't know, I'll use my previous tag because we've got videos pending. So, hi, I'm DJSlade.
What are you changing it to?
My old nickname from work, which is Dodge.
So I don't think you get to choose the nickname, though. People have to start calling you that again.
Yeah, no. People just started calling him that.
That was my next 2 years when I was younger.
I turned up at this place and got introduced to him as Dodge. You already know Dodge. I know David.
No, that's DJSlade. What are you on about?
Because he's dodgy.
It looks a bit amateurish to have your surname in your tag, I think. So
it certainly hinders anonymity.
Easy, almost there. So to move on swiftly from the kitten murder and David having an identity crisis, that Dragon Ball Z thing I made you watch.
Pretty epic.
Yeah, I've seen a lot worse, but at the same time, recently I've seen some awesome stuff done. I mean, the graphics in that were better than a lot of stuff I've seen, but there was one online, and I can't remember what it was called. If I could remember what it was called, this would be a really good conversation. But it's completely gone. But
was it a Dragon Ball Z film?
No, it wasn't. It was another sci-fi one, so it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah.
But the one we're talking about...
You've already shown me that one, Adam. I just thought I'd qualify it because you hadn't explained that yet.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I have, yeah. And I just remember what it's called, but yeah, I think I have.
The one we're talking about is done by Harry and George Kirby, known as the Q Brothers, two aspiring filmmakers from the UK. And yeah, they've been making like films for like 5 years now, and they came up with this video. We're going to put it in the link dump so people can see it. But you've got to understand that they're indie filmmakers, so that it's not they're quite amazing. It's quite low budget and all that. But imagine if they had the money, if some company backed them and gave them all the money. Imagine what they could do.
I mean, they must have. I mean, looking at the kind of stuff they put in, they must have some amount of money in order to do that.
Oh yeah, they're indie filmmakers. They're not nobodies. They've been doing stuff for 5 years, and it's just, but they're still amateur. They haven't got all of the big money that all these companies are backing them with, and they've done that with what little they have. It's like, imagine if we had money. Imagine how brilliant our videos would be.
We'd be amazing.
I know, right? We'd have people listening to this other than just Barry.
Oh wow, Barry can listen to this one because he hasn't already.
Barry, I think he still does listen to the ones that he's been on.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
they are pretty awesome. They're missing the key component that is me, but they are.
And David. And Dodge. Can't forget about Dodge.
Yeah.
It's not going to catch on, I don't think. I'll try.
I'll get used to
be
it.
My Minecraft name pretty soon.
I'll accidentally call him Dadge one day, and that'll be his new name.
Oh, that'll be brilliant. Oh, Dadge.
Not happening.
I missed that.
You'd be like, I was talking to Dadge the other day.
Yeah. But he screwed up his last nickname with that.
Yeah, so who's saying it again?
But would you watch it if those guys came out with a film?
It can't be worse than the last one.
Were you not a fan of Dragon Ball Evolution or whatever?
I mean, I haven't actually seen it. I'm avoiding it because of all the reviews I've read, and I don't think I've read a good one yet. So
it wasn't. It could have been a lot worse. I'll give it that. Which isn't like the best review you could give, really, is it?
I think it's one of those expectations not met issues, and so it gets slated.
Yeah, I mean, because it could have been amazing. It wasn't. They say Dragon Ball, but it wasn't Dragon Ball. It wasn't Dragon Ball Z. It was loosely based on the universe.
Okay.
They got Roshi pretty good. He was a pervert. That was done pretty. There's this whole scene where Goku first meets him, and he's there with all these dirty magazines. That was perfect.
Nice. Can I just Dragon Ball Evolution has only got 3.1 on IMDb. I think that's the lowest score I've ever seen on IMDb.
What did Yogscast say about it?
What did who?
You know, your mates in Yogscast. What did they say about it?
You can't say things like that. I'll get sued.
Hey, look, if I ever start watching their videos and they've got a guy called Dadge on it, I'm just.
I know him.
To be fair,
that guy, traitor.
to be fair, IMDb.
Sorry.
IMDb gave Burn After Reading a 7.1, so I mean we can't really go by their rates.
I love how that's your basis on anything. Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, it was no Burn After Reading, but
Whoa. You got that completely the wrong way around.
I know that he hates it. That was my point.
I can't even take it as a joke. It's not happening. No.
My mouse cursor is currently hovering over the end call button.
Wow.
Shit, like
what was
it's in. We've made him rage quit.
You're saying about Yogscast and in the last video that was updated from Binarycore on the YouTube site, on the YouTube channel, the end to part 2.
Yeah.
And I make a horrendous Yogscast reference, which is it's not good. I was so embarrassed that I'd done it.
Which one?
Well, I'm not going to do it now, am I? I just said I'm embarrassed to do it.
Is it?
No, we want to hear it now.
No, because I don't, because you make a few, and one.
No. I'm talking about the Yogscast and making an actual like quotation reference to different things. And actually, I did Diggy Hole.
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to talk about. I've actually seen that song now, where it's I'm a dwarf, I'm digging a hole or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crap.
Wait, Yogscast.
No.
Yogscast, really.
No, it's funny, but the bit I like about it is it's the two guys talking in the background.
Right. I don't think I remember it.
Well, they're talking. They're like, "Oh, we need to make a new video, and it's got to be something funny and classic." And then they talk about it.
No, because see, that's out of context. Because the actual soundbite comes from another Minecraft video.
Okay, because I'm on about the actual music video they made for us.
They made a music video afterwards when everyone started picking up the Diggy Hole reference and using it.
Okay.
But I'm just ashamed that I make that kind of reference. I don't mind talking about Yogscast in videos, but actually using their brand is awful. And I'm going to
using
stop
their reference, stop quoting them. Oh, no, that's fine. Look at what Castle did with Firefly.
What about using their ideas, such as blaze rod condensing, and passing them off as your own? How do you feel about that?
They stole that from elsewhere. That's nothing.
Yeah, they stole it from us. Fuck it.
Stealing from one person is plagiarism. Stealing from many is research.
Oh, I like it.
Yogscast et al.
2012. But yeah, it's not even 2012 anymore. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
God.
Jeez. It feels like it was just a couple of days ago.
It really was.
Oh yeah, we're still in January.
So, okay, we've come to a new year, and me and you were talking about this. A review of last year. You know, shit, right?
Yeah.
It's an even number.
The thing I find hilarious is like you have on New Year's Eve on all the social networking sites, you have people being like, "Oh, this year was shit. Next year's going to be so much better." I want to create an app that when it comes to the next 31st of December, they get sent the message they sent last year to show them how much fucking idiots they are because you're saying it again.
Yeah. Speaking of 2013, did you know 2013 is the first year
since 1987?
Yeah, to have 4 different numbers. How cool is that?
I know, it's pretty good.
I was born in 1987.
Sorry I usurped your comment there, but...
yeah, ruined the one thing I know about 2013. I've got nothing to say now. I'm done.
Oh,
that's it.
It's an odd number.
Well done, you.
Sorry. that was a reference to something I said about 5 minutes ago, but nobody laughed at that either, so I thought I'd do it again.
Bring it up in 5 minutes. We'll see what happens.
Hey, it worked. We laughed.
True.
See, everyone keeps saying that 2012 was awful, but I don't think it was. Everyone goes, "Oh, it's such a crap year."
There were bad things, but there were good things, like every year.
Right. Bad things.
Jimmy
People
Savile
died. Yeah, Jimmy Savile, and people died.
Wait,
Things.
you say Jimmy Savile dying was the bad thing, or what Jimmy Savile's done?
Jimmy Savile didn't die in 2012, did he? No, he died in 2011. But yeah, the other thing, the 600 odd people that he's molested.
What's
Good
up
things.
with
That wasn't
people?
all in 2012. It was Thomas Lee.
Good things. No burn after reading. Just bringing that back. Yeah.
So what's up with all these people coming out as like paedophiles now? There's like a police thing, like
They're not
U-Tree.
coming out. No,
Yeah, not about their-
Hey guys.
No, but it's like a police investigation, isn't it? U-Tree or something.
Yeah, U-Tree, yeah. Jim Davidson yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
I was like, oh, not him too.
we're on about celebrities being found out as.
Hey,
Jim Davidson is
Fast.
massive.
he was huge.
Hey, we all like Big Break. Big Break was a great show.
Still watch that. I don't anymore because he's a paedophile, but I won't anymore.
Oh, sorry. Big Break isn't paedophile. It's a game show about
Oh,
snooker.
sorry, I meant, because Jim Davidson's on it.
Yeah,
So
he
he
got
got-
his big brace on that, didn't he?
Wow.
The worst joke I saw was when he was on a show called New Faces, and when he's been asked to come on New Faces, maybe he got the idea wrong.
Oh dear.
Yeah. There was another one about Big Break. I can't remember, something about John Virgo saying the pink is worth 6. Prison, I think the joke is meant to be. But yeah.
Yeah.
But the one that really surprised me was Ian Watkins.
That was sick.
Yeah.
Because
A 1-year-old. That's what got me. A 1-year-old? Really? Really? Have you not heard?
I heard it was a 13-year-old.
He conspired with
He
someone.
conspired with 2 other women. He planned to rape a 1-year-old. That's one of the charges.
What?
Yeah.
Because, like, when I heard it happen, like, I went on his Twitter, and, like, hours earlier, his tweet said, well, that
That
escalated.
escalated quickly.
Yeah, and I was
How
like,
much so yours?
yeah, fine. But I read into that as being, like, he'd been let off, and he was kind of like, well, it was an idle comment, and it got really out of hand. But, like, really, a 1-year-old? That's messed up.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
not even like a drunk, did something stupid, which still makes him a horrible paedophile, but he's an actual paedophile.
But do you say planned? That doesn't make you an actual paedophile. Don't you actually have to commit the act?
No.
Well, he committed the act with someone else, didn't he? And then planned to do that. I mean, that kind of
Yeah.
gets to
I
me.
mean, like, you could think about having sex with a dead body. It doesn't make you necrophilia. Just, you know. But you're saying he actually did do it another time?
Yeah, he
Some
did it.
people count as necrophilia.
No,
What?
he didn't think about having sex with a 1-year-old. He conspired. His intention was to do it, and he put plans in place to do it.
Okay.
It's like attempted murder. It was attempted paedophilia.
Yeah,
If you
I
want to look at it that way.
look at it that
Well,
way. I'd
not
rather
really.
not at all. I think we should move on. We're going into a dark place here.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get any darker.
I was trying to say a review of last year. Films. What is film of last year for you? 2012. What is it?
See, that's a tough one.
See, I've got some notes here. I've been doing some thinking. I'd
Okay.
say Avengers or Dark Knight Rises.
See, that's where I was going as well, but I've
Because
looked.
that's where everyone would go. I tried to
yeah,
look
exactly.
at films. I couldn't think of any.
I'm looking on a couple of websites who have done exactly the same thing. They sort of put lists of the top films of 2012, but their credibility is ruined some way on every single list. For instance, the list I'm on at the moment doesn't have Dark Knight Rises in the top 25, and others have things like Taken 2, which was shouldn't be.
See,
The film where the guy loses his daughter again.
Yeah.
interestingly, I mean, do you know the UK box office takings? Which film had the highest?
No, I don't. But what is it? You can tell me The Hobbit, aren't you?
No.
Good.
It is.
No. By the end of 2012, the highest takings, the top rated film takings-wise, was Skyfall.
No, I can understand that. But I haven't seen Skyfall, but I've heard
Are you
it.
sure? Because I'm pretty sure it was announced literally a couple of days ago.
Worldwide.
couple of-
You're thinking worldwide. I'm talking UK.
No, because it's not
you-
worldwide anyway. I'll have a look.
As in, the worldwide figures for The Hobbit would probably be a lot higher
Yeah.
than Skyfall.
Yeah, no, but it was announced when I was still at home, and I didn't get home until the 30th of December. That Hobbit was the top British film ever in some category.
Do
I'll
you
have a look.
class Watford as home or Derby as home? When you say home, what do you mean?
Oh, I meant then I was referring to Watford. Thanks for. I'm so glad only 2 people listen to this.
In case the Oxcast want to bomb your house.
Anonymous.
Not that they do that.
No, they'll just like be above it and do a little diggy hole in.
Oh.
do a little dig down. See, now a dig down is a reference to Rooster Teeth, and I'm okay with making that reference. You seem to have this problem with making
Right, I've got it here. I've got the official list here. However, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, United Kingdom and Ireland and Malta yearly box office for 2012. Right. Unfortunately, it's in dollars for some stupid reason. But The Hobbit, 18 million. Whereas the Avengers, the Avengers took 80 million. Dark Knight Rises took 90. Right. Skyfall took 158.
Wow. So slightly bigger.
Yeah. And if you go by that, you'd say that Skyfall was the best film of the year.
Maybe it's like per day or something.
I think The Hobbit broke a weekend record.
80 million per day.
Yeah, that might be it, actually. It might have been the highest opening weekend of the year.
Yeah.
Of
I
2012.
thought how they look at it, they talk about the weekend.
Yeah, that might be it, actually. I knew it'd top something.
Looking at this, though, number 14 ahead of stuff like Looper. Did anyone see Looper this year?
No, I've been told I should see it by
All
day.
right. Well, that's kind of...
God. Anyway.
But, like, you've got The Woman in Black and MIB3, all films I heard are terrible, that are way above it. They're only just behind The Hunger Games, which I've heard is brilliant. I haven't seen it.
Hunger Games is amazing.
I would say it was amazing. It was a good film.
No, I would. The characters were outstanding.
21 Jump Street only took 16 million in the UK.
Yeah, I know. That's my best.
What?
I was going to talk about that as my favourite comedy film of the year, actually.
Was that this year?
Yeah.
I thought that was like last year or something.
Yeah, no, that's gone big because
I'm glad you pointed out for me to watch that. The thing is, people had said to me, "Oh, you'll never notice Johnny Depp's character first time he appeared on screen."
Yeah,
the camera tracked him for like half a second longer than it should have. If he was a nobody, it just looking at the guy with the long hair, and I was like, "No, go on, it can't be." And then when it got to the scene at the end, I was like, "Yeah, no, I saw that."
When I watched it the second time, I mean, obviously I'd seen it before. But I saw it straight away, and I could tell there and then, yeah, that was definitely Johnny Depp. I didn't know that he was in the film until the end.
I knew he was in the film because it's his show. 21
yeah,
Jump
but
Street.
I didn't actually managed to get him back in for the film.
Oh no, that was done really well. I do like that film. I mean, you've been bigging it up to me for ages. Like you were saying, it was almost as good as Ben After Reading. But like when when
I'm hovering over the end cool button again.
When I finally got around to watch it, it was really good, and I should have seen it sooner.
Yeah, but it's on Netflix already. I mean, that's big for Netflix. It's the film. It's not the series. I did double check this. It's not the series. It's the film. It's on Netflix. I can't believe that. I mean, either that means it's done really badly, or it's just something that Netflix have managed to jump on.
Okay. What's on Netflix? You talk about what one now?
21 Jump Street.
We've been talking about.
Okay.
Sorry, okay. We need to get down to it. What is your film of the year?
Oh, see, I can't choose. Hunger Games.
Really? Okay. Go for Hunger
Games. Hunger Games. Hunger Games. Yeah, definitely Hunger Games.
See, for me, it's Avengers or The Dark Knight. The thing is, The Dark Knight Rises. The thing is, I like DC more than I like Marvel, but I would probably go for Avengers over Dark Knight Rises. It was a good film, but I feel that everyone bigged it up to me too much, and it didn't live up to what I thought.
Yeah, I think Dark Knight Rises Dark Knight Rises was amazing. I think it wasn't as amazing as I'd expected, but I can't really. I feel like Dark Knight Rises was probably better than Avengers, just in my books.
I'd go for Avengers.
And I was crazy for Avengers. I mean, still.
I mean, you've kept
my favourite film
all the time, haven't you?
I've kept what?
I remember that disc was always the one inside your Xbox.
Yeah, for a long time. Every time I came around, it's like I had to take that one out to put a game in. But I'm going to have to... I'm going to say Skyfall's my favourite of the year.
All right, so we're all saying different things. That's good. That's good.
Did you see Skyfall?
I went.
Did you come with me to see that?
No, I went with James.
I feel like you would remember. Okay, so we've all decided on our films on saying that. because we have mentioned it, we were talking about Hobbit. We went to see that. What were your thoughts coming from you, David, as a Tolkien fanboy? What are your views?
There's just so much that was missed, like integral, intricate details from the book that were missed, that go towards explaining the whole, like the entire big story of the Hobbit, and it just changed everything.
Would you agree that, say, that film was 80% original story?
Oh, maybe not 80%, but
quite a lot.
A lot of it, yeah.
Now, so I've talked about this with Karras, and what I feel like the problem actually is when Jackson did Lord of the Rings, no one believed he could do it.
Yes,
right?
This is exactly it.
No one believed he could do it, so when he did it all properly. It was all very guerrilla-style filming.
Yeah,
if he would to go out to the sets and do all that. This time, they knew he could do it. Everyone threw money at it, and he went, do you know what? CGI that, CGI the fuck out of all of this. Done.
Then put it on 3D.
Yeah, because he made 3 films in 10 years, and then now he's doing 3 films in 3 years. It's because everyone knows he can do it, he knows he can do it, and he can just throw CGI at it. People throw money at him, and people will watch it.
Yeah, well, they knew that everybody who watched the Lord of the Rings would go and watch The Hobbit or buy the DVDs or whatever.
Yeah.
So they had no problems making their money back. So yeah, but I think writing the Lord of the Rings, he wrote it because he wanted to. It was his project.
Yeah.
But when someone went to him and asked him to do The Hobbit, because they already asked him and he said no, and then they probably just chucked more money at him or whatever. So then he was kind of forced to try and recreate what he did in the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and because like you look at the Uruk-hais, and that was people in latex, and it was all done with actual people running around doing stuff. Like in the big wider battles, it was copy and paste and all that, and quite clever programming to make them all act individually. But the white orc in Hobbit was all CGI.
Yeah,
that wasn't a guy.
The White Orc isn't even in the bloody book.
Yeah, that was my next point. Like, but I understand why he was there. They needed a villain for the first film because Smaug...
Yeah, otherwise they would... Yeah.
I get it, but I am glad I haven't read the book, and I'm pretty sure people are glad they haven't read the book recently if they saw the film and liked it. If I read the book, I don't think I would like it, but I thought it was all right.
I specifically read the book when the announcement was made that Hobbit would be made, which was a couple of years ago now, so I'm pretty familiar with it, which is unfortunate, because I'm sure the film was fantastic if you haven't read the book or don't remember it.
Can I just say this has got to be one of the first times in history someone said, I've read The Hobbit, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, you've got a point there. When I was 12, I was given The Hobbit to read. I decided not to. I can't remember why. I actually remember where I was, and my mum was like, "Oh, you'd like this book," and I was like, "That's cool." And I didn't read it.
Is it because it was called There and Back Again? You thought, I wonder how it ends now.
No, I didn't know anything more than it was a book called The Hobbit. I held it once, put it down, and never picked it up again. I don't know where that book is now, but I don't know what it was. Just something about it made me not want to read it.
Fair enough.
Well, aren't you lucky?
Yep. But what did you feel about the 48 frames a second?
Didn't notice it. I'll be honest with you. I didn't really notice.
I did notice it in parts. Seemed. Yeah.
I noticed it at the beginning, and there are 2 reasons for this, I think. The whole, you're going to get used to it, because you would get used to it, and also the 48 frames per second only really affects you when they're using sets. So when they're inside his hobbit hole, you're going to notice it because they're using a set. Then the rest of the film was majority CGI, so you're not really going to notice it there, because it's CGI anyway.
Yeah.
But inside the house, it did look like a set. It looked too real. But also, I may have been looking for that because I've been told that's what I'm going to notice. So there's loads of problems with this whole 48 frames and people's perception of 48 frames.
The best thing about The Hobbit is that after Lord of the Rings, for Lord of the Rings, Hobbiton and the whole sort of Hobbit world was built using sort of styrofoam and stuff. But for The Hobbit, they made it out of bricks and mortar and wood, and it's a permanent fixture now.
Yeah,
they're going to open it up as a tourist attraction, and I am going to go and see it.
So effectively, it's less of an actual set. It's more of it's not a set so much because it's been built as though it's not a set.
Yeah, no, you have a point there.
So it's sort of like you've got these people saying, "No, it looks like a set. It looks too real."
The sets effects are inside. So when you go inside, that's not in it is in New Zealand, but it's in the studio rather than out in the field.
Fair enough. That's cool. I'll give you that then. I'll let you off.
So 48 frames didn't bother you at all, really?
Not really.
Nope.
It didn't bother me. Do you know what did bother me? Fucking 3D.
I apologise for that.
Like,
I didn't think that one through.
After our showing, there was a 2D showing.
Yeah.
Because I remember standing there looking up at it. I was like, "That's not the time of our showing." Oh God, that was in 2D. Damn you, David. But
the main problem with that was I was going to originally see it in 2D. That was the first time that Adam texted you with. But then my mum said she'd give me a lift. But that meant she would have had to have got there earlier, like a lot earlier, to see the 3D one. And she was saying she wouldn't see it in 2D. She'd have to see it in 3D. So I had to pick 3D. Otherwise, we'd be sitting around for ages.
It's Adam's fault. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, that's what we're going with now?
It's always what we're going with.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
me.
There were only like 4 points in the film where there was like a 3D thing coming out at you. The only one I really remember was when they're in the trees and they're throwing the flaming pine cones. One of them comes out at you.
Yeah.
But other than that, it didn't need 3D. Like.
No, exactly. I've seen about a dozen 3D films now, and the only time it's ever been awesome is when Home Tree's on fire in Avatar. That's it.
Yeah, I was going to say Avatar is. I mean, that's the only one that really nothing needs 3D. Let's be honest.
It's a stupid convention, and it has come back around. My granddad remembers being like 20 or 30 and seeing a 3D film. Like, obviously not as good as it is now, but he remembers seeing it in the cinema, and like he just thought it was crap.
Like, I wish I could remember what it was Simon Pegg said about 3D, because that was spot on.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was a Twitter comment, wasn't it?
Yeah, he put something on Twitter, and it summed up 3D. It was.
Wait, isn't your hiatus about this?
Yeah. Well, no, I used it as a tagline.
Yeah. I came up with that.
Did you?
Yeah, I came up with the whole posters thing.
Oh, right, yeah, no, the comic. Yeah, David wrote that comic.
Oh yeah.
David wrote that comic, but I got the tagline from Simon Pegg. But.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We should link that comic.
Yeah, send me the link and I'll put it in the link dump. Speaking of 48 frames, the next X-Men film is possibly going to be in 48 frames.
The next what, sorry? It's going to be?
X-Men film. The sequel to First Class. It's called X-Men Days of Futures Past. Did you like First Class? Have you seen First Class?
Right, I've got it. Okay, sorry. Just going back to the Twitter. What Simon Pegg said was marketing types worry that if a film isn't in 3D, it will appear somehow old-fashioned, and so cinema continues to die of a corporate tumour.
Yeah.
And he also said it's like some kid has discovered some old gizmo in the attic and decided to flog it to his mates like it's new. It's not new, it's old.
Yeah, that's the point. It is really old. Like, we're talking 50 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3D's been around for a long time. It's just this new technology. I've given you a link there so we can put that in the...
link dump.
That's the one. I can't remember the word.
Link that up, bird.
Have you seen First Class, X-Men?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that movie.
Excellent.
Okay, so the next one, they're thinking of doing 48. Because it didn't really bother me in The Hobbit, I don't think it will bother me that much.
It depends. I mean, it's like you said.
A lot of the X-Men is outdoor cinema as well. Like, you know, I don't know whether they shoot in front of green screen or not, but I imagine a lot of it's location, so it should be okay.
I'm just thinking there's a lot of indoor X-Men as well.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, there's a lot to do with Xavier's school.
Yeah, and we're going to have that.
That's a huge area.
That's true, yeah.
See, just going back to what we're saying about Jackson filming Lord of the Rings guerrilla style. You've seen the newest Star Trek, number 11.
No.
Yes.
All right.
What?
Of course he hasn't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Okay. Well, in that, I can't remember the guy. It's J.J. Abrams, isn't it? He does that film?
Yeah, he directs it, yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot of things guerrilla style on that. Like the bit where they're falling from the ship to land on the mining thing from the Romulan craft.
Yeah.
The way they did that, instead of green screening sky behind them and that, what they did is they got them to stand on a mirror, stood above them with a camera and a fan, blew the air in their face to look like they were falling, and the mirror below them caught the sky.
Ah,
right?
That's cool.
His idea was, if I can film it, I'm gonna do it. If I don't have to do CGI or a green screen, I will do it. And they did.
Yeah.
And I think that's a brilliant way of doing. If I ever made a film or made a TV show, I would want to film of it as much as I can. I mean, some of it may look a bit tacky, but I'd still want to do it if I could do it.
I like that a lot.
Well,
That's good. What happened? Everything went quiet.
we're just perplexed by my geniusness of talking about someone else who did something.
Yeah. So we just talk about films. Have we got anything else we want to talk about from 2012 at all? Or...
Right, games.
Games. Ooh,
So,
I like games.
Adam, obviously, WRE 13. You love it.
I hate you so
If you
much.
don't understand that reference, check
That
out
will
Adam's.
get us into a good segue for Chapter 11 THQ.
Oh, yeah.
What?
And-
I suppose you're happy, right, about that?
I laughed. I saw that and I laughed. I thought, yeah, serves you right. Put out subpar shitty games, you go bankrupt.
Wow.
Fuck 'em.
Do you remember how in love you were with that game? Do you remember how much you loved Saints Row, especially the third?
Fuck off. The third, Saints Row the third can suck my left testicle.
Why does everyone always say the left?
The right one's more precious. You don't want someone to accidentally nibble on it.
For you right-handed people, mate.
What?
Oh, hang on.
Okay, my list of games that I thought would be contenders for it, I've had to split into two categories of retail games and arcade games. Because I can think of a brilliant retail game, but that would mean I couldn't say Minecraft was Game of the Year.
Yeah, that's
Minecraft
what I was thinking as well.
Anyway,
So I've split it into arcade and retail.
can I just be pedantic on this and just mention that? Oh, when did Xbox Minecraft come out?
This year.
This year.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I understand Minecraft is a 2-year-old indie game, but I'm on about arcade game just being on Xbox.
It is effectively its own new game. I mean,
Yeah,
the
well,
updates have
No,
been done.
I accept that. But I thought it was the end of 2011 because it is 2011 because they released the Xbox.
I
along with
looked this up. I got the list of games I've got.
It's May 8th or May 3rd, 2012.
Games from games released in 2012 Wikipedia. So all of these games are this year, which I was surprised by because I was looking through it and I was like, wait a minute, BioShock 2 was not released this year. Oh right, on the Mac. Right, okay, sorry. So yeah, these games are definitely from this year. Okay, for arcade, let's do the shorter list first. For the arcade games, I've put contenders for Trials Evolution, Minecraft, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD, Bad Piggies, and Sonic Battle Adventure 2 because that just came out.
Right.
On Xbox.
Now, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check something because I'm going to have to dispute that list.
Why?
If what I think's right. Hold on. Go with the next ones. Go with the next ones. The retail games. What retail games have we got? All
right.
can I make a prediction on this at this point and just say that Adam's going to pick Mass Effect 3?
That's top of my list actually. Not because
it is.
I say it's going to be the one. I'm just saying it happens to be the top of my list. I've got Mass Effect 3, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Guild Wars 2, Borderlands 2, Dishonored, Assassin's Creed 3 because Phasma loves it, Halo 4, Black Ops 2, and Far Cry 3.
Right. Okay. Far Cry.
I know. I prefer his version.
Right. Brilliant. Perfect. My choice is, I was thinking Mass Effect 3 actually. I mean, I'm looking at it then. Arkham City was this year, wasn't it? Or was Arkham City last year?
This year, right? It's got to be last year. No, yeah, because the Game of the Year came out, so it must have been last year. It was last year.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what this year's Game of the Year was?
Borderlands, better than Borderlands. It's fucking amazing.
No, it wasn't. It's not on your list.
Where is it?
But it's what I've just started playing it. Okay, I'm about 3/5 of the way through. I can say that because it's 5 episodes long, and I've finished episode 3.
Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead game.
Yeah. No. I think I've only heard a little bit about that, and as far as I know, it's a text adventure.
Pretty much, but it's amazing.
Yeah. No, I have heard it's really good. Apparently there's one bit in it where you actually have to take over and start shooting, and the guy who was playing it was just sitting there like reading the screen, and then was like, "Oh fuck, shit! I'm actually playing now. What the fuck?" Yeah, because it was really. How's that spoiler?
I haven't finished the game yet. I didn't know I was going to take control.
Do you know who else agrees that Walking Dead is the best game of 2012?
The cat.
Yogscast.
Most of the Yogscast. Thought I'd get that in.
Yeah, I figured it would be as soon as you said that. Sleeping Dogs as well.
Actually, speaking of Yogscast, I was told I should watch one of their videos. They did a video about a sumo game.
Oh, yeah. Gary's mod sumo, yeah.
Oh, it's Gary's. Oh, when I was told about
it, it is Gary's mod, yeah.
I was told it was just a sumo game and how it's hilarious and I should watch it. But, okay, if they'd explained to me it was Gary's mod, I'd understand a bit more what the hell they were on about.
I completed LA Noire this week.
Congrats.
No. This is a segue, okay? It made this week possibly the most disappointing of my life. This year sucks. Because the last 2 games I've completed have had some of the most subpar endings ever.
December,
and, I mean,
this year...
Mass Effect 3, okay. I liked the ending for Mass Effect 3. Right? I liked Mass Effect 3's ending, especially the extended cut, because that's the first one I saw.
Sorry, just let me quickly get back. The sumo one isn't a... it's not a Gary's mod. It's just it's just another. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Hilarious though, but
I haven't watched them. I will do if that's a recommendation.
I've watched it.
Sorry.
Go on, carry on.
Oh yeah, LA Noire, such a shitty game, such a shitty ending.
Yeah.
Okay. And I finished another game recently, and the ending just left me thinking, all right, is that it? Really? All right, and we can't talk about it because David's here, but Assassin's Creed 3.
Like there? Oh, okay. I thought it was Noir then. I don't care about Noir.
So you finally finished?
Yeah.
I am on...
You dare talk about the ending.
Okay, I'm not going to talk about the ending. I will talk about it very cryptically. But, okay, I'm on... crap, what part? I've just done the bar fight as Hatham. Hatham's his name, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sequence 3. I've just done the bar fight, so I'm on the last sequence of him, and then I'll become Connor. But, yeah, okay, I'm not going to say anything, but the ending, do you agree with what I say? He picked the wrong choice.
No.
He did?
No.
Yes, he did. He sold out. He picked the wrong choice.
No.
Well, okay,
Play the game.
I'm only going through what I've been told of the end. I don't know what leads up to it. But from just taking that ending as it is, he made the wrong choice.
No. Without mentioning the actual choices, you need to... I think it's about sequence 10 or 11. Okay? There's something said there. And I remember that all the way through and that resonated up until the end, and it suddenly clicked. It was like, you know what? That's why he's made that choice.
Okay. Oh, I will continue to play.
I'll explain it to you. I mean, you might not see it. I can't remember if it's sequence 10 or 11. It might even be sequence 9, so you might be looking for it in the wrong place. And I can't say too much about it because I don't want to give anything away.
Through and find it.
But I think that's possibly why, and that makes the ending make sense. But the ending's still a bit, meh.
Do you know what I was a bit meh with the ending of? I finished Halo a couple of days ago, Halo 4. That ending's a bit...
You already know the ending before you completed it.
I didn't know anything about that game.
But you walked in on someone completing it.
Oh, that was Matt completing Borderlands 2.
Oops.
Yeah, but that was fine because I knew the ending was going to be that, because they talk about there being other planets with vaults, but I knew a year beforehand that Gearbox had got the patent for border worlds. So we assumed Borderlands 2 was going to be set on a different planet, but so it didn't ruin anything for me. But sorry if that ruined it for you. But
no, I'm not bothered to be honest.
Halo
not
4,
too bothered.
It wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a bad ending, but it was just like it didn't seem... I mean, Halo's not the kind of game that has boss fights. Every now and again you'll get a hunter, and it's a bit harder, or you'll get 2 of them, or you'll get extra waves of enemies coming on, but you don't have boss fights. But you do... There is a singular bad guy in this, and you do have to fight him, per se. But it's all done with QuickTime events.
Oh, yeah.
Do all of this work to shut down something he's doing, like... He's got this shield around him, and there are 3 reactors, and you've got to shut them down one by one. So you've got a wave, and then more waves. to the next one, and then you go to fight him, and it's a quick time event. I was hoping to shoot him in the face. I mean, you shove a grenade in his chest, but it's a quick time event, so it's not as good.
It's not as fulfilling.
And after that, though, it gets really sad. The game. I mean, do you mind hearing what happens?
I don't know. David? Dadge? Dadge?
Dadge. Dadge.
No, I don't care. Is it Borderlands you're still talking about?
Halo.
Oh, Halo.
Go and make a cup of tea.
No, sorry. I'm looking at my exam timetable for tomorrow.
Oh, exams aren't important. The podcast is.
Anyway, Cortana dies.
What?
Yeah, Cortana dies, and it's
Who?
sad. Who? The fucking AI that's been with... Forget it. Fuck you guys.
Oh, I did know about that, because I was watching a video that took the piss out of Cortana.
Yeah. She dies, and she's basically Chief's wife.
Yeah.
Like, spent, 8 years together. I mean, sure, 4 of it they were asleep, but anyway...
Into his head.
Yeah, but it was just a bit... And then it gets really weird, because she kind of gets life-size, and starts, touching him up, and it's a bit like, whoa! Yeah. But the game was pretty good. Parts of it I find have been harder than previous Halo games.
Fair enough. I've not played Halo, so I really can't.
Ever?
I played about 10 minutes of Halo 3.
So I'm getting ready to start my legendary solo run of it, so that'll be fun.
Oh, and I played, of course I did, I played Griffball.
Oh yeah, you love Griffball.
I was awesome at Griffball. Team kills for the win!
The only Halo I've played is, I think it's Halo 2, and it's still the game I've got the highest amount of achievement points on Xbox.
But you've got 100% on Minecraft.
Yeah, but that's only about, 400?
400. Yeah.
I've got 680 game points on...
Minecraft was the first arcade game to have 400 points.
Really?
I'm
Do you know what
pretty
the
sure.
second one was then?
Trials Evolution.
Oh. Wait, 400 or more, do you mean? Or
No, 400 is a top. No game has exceeded 400. No arcade game has exceeded that yet.
Wrong.
Or who's exceeded it now?
Walking Dead, because episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were released as separate games, or released as separate episodes, but they're all within the same game. And the game is the game is worth 500 MS points, 100 per episode.
I don't know. Is this going to count? Yeah. Actually, I think I did hear somewhere that was the one that broke it. But yeah.
And it's a guaranteed 500 because you get, I think it's 10 for doing parts of each episode. You have to do them, otherwise you can't advance. So if you complete the game, you get 500 MS points.
Have you played Blops 2 yet?
No.
It's sitting here. It's next to Most Wanted, which is a game I bought the other day, which has already been opened and unwrapped and about to be played.
I've
already done more of that than I have the Call of Duty.
I got Blops 1 Christmas because I wanted to play Blops 2, but I should worry about Blops 1. And I think Blops is a brilliant word. So I'm going to play that first, and then I'll get Blops 2. Blops.
I know where you could probably get a copy that hasn't been opened.
Oh, really? Your house?
I was going to say shops, but...
Hey, so where are we going to...
one for 70 quid.
Game of the year, because I'm saying Borderlands 2.
Alright.
Borderlands 2, but Borderlands 2, because of several reasons, it's awesome.
That's not really much of a reason, is it?
There are other reasons. Characters. It has got some of the best characters, like the villain in it, Handsome Jack. He even won Best Character at the VGAs.
Okay.
It also won Best Shooter at the VGAs. This game has been... Anthony Birch won Best Writer, and he's been named as one of the 30 under 30. He's the guy who did all of the dialogue writing for Borderlands 2, and he was brought on in the DLCs for Borderlands 1. And you could tell that he was brought on because the game quality went up so much.
Okay. Right. I'm stuck here because, I'm torn between two. Minecraft was awesome, but that's not one of my two.
But that's an arcade game. That's a separate column. And you were going to complain about something I said in the arcade column.
You left out Walking Dead.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah. You left it out of the retail one as well, so I knew it was definitely left out of your list for some reason, even though it won Game of the Year. All right, so we're doing two separate columns. Yeah. So we're doing arcade
Best retail
and retail.
Borderlands 2.
Right, best retail for me, I think it's going to have to be Mass Effect 3, if I'm honest. So yeah, David was right. Dodge was right. Dadge was right.
David is fine. Call me Dave. It's okay.
You tried to give yourself a nickname, so we give you a nickname. Like when Twinks decided to start himself as Mike, and we all called him Swally.
He didn't like being called Twinks for some reason.
Yeah, it's not like it has sexual connotations or anything. Oh, wait, it does. Anyway, Dadge, Dadge game of the year.
See, games I've played, I'd probably say Mass Effect 3 as well. But I didn't actually buy that. I just sort of played it at Adams. I haven't even completed it yet, to be honest. Games otherwise, there's a game that I bought literally a couple of weeks ago called Faster Than Light through Steam. It's called a short game, so I don't know if it counts as arcade. Maybe it does.
Maybe, I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Looking it up.
I'm not looking it up, but I'd have to look it up.
I said looking it up. Start looking it up.
You've
got a job, do it.
It's a strategy game, and once the game only lasts about an hour, then you have to start again because you die.
I think it'd probably be an arcade game.
Yeah, I remember when browsing Steam recently that it popped up and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, well, it won short form game of the year. That's how I know it's in the short form category.
Well, it's definitely arcade then.
But I think literally the only two games I've paid for only two games I bought other than Fast and Light in 2012 that were out in 2012 are Football Manager 2013, which isn't going anywhere near the list because it's awful, and Minecraft, which is obviously good.
Top power on Steam.
What, 2013? Yeah. Oh, damn it.
£14.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Never mind.
They've had some good deals going on with their winter stuff. Like, they had the whole Far Cry franchise, 1, 2, and 3, for £30. Which I was going to do, but I want to get Far Cry 3 on Xbox, and 2's on Xbox as well, so I wasn't going to do that. Also, they had the whole Darksiders franchise for £17. I already got Darksiders 1 because of the Humble Bundle, and luckily I didn't buy it because later that day I got the Christmas present from my auntie, which was Darksiders 2, so it was a good thing I didn't do it.
Nice.
It's a bit lucky.
Yeah, but no, I've been playing Darksiders 1. That's pretty cool. But I've been playing it on Steam, and the only problem I've had with it is the mouse controls the camera, and it's too sensitive. Even though I've turned the sensitivity all the way down, it's too sensitive. So I've plugged in my Xbox controller, and the game's awesome again.
Nice.
Are we, just out of curiosity, we're not going to mention Final Fantasy 13 too? Because I heard that was good. Didn't Matt have a lot to say about that?
I did kind of want to do this with like Matt, Tony, and Barry on it as well, because they'd have some good opinions, and we would, like how we've been saying about how you love WWE 13, we would say how Matt loves Final Fantasy 13, which he now finished, and I believe he still said it was shite.
Wow.
What about
franchise?
Black Mesa? That was out this year.
It's a source. I still haven't finished that, but that was a good game.
And Diablo 3.
Yeah, I heard that was shite. I heard like it was really bigged up and everyone hated it.
I've heard it was good.
Yeah, I've heard it was good as well.
I've
got it. I haven't played it, but I've heard it was good.
I remember a lot of people talking about it. I put Guild Wars 2 on the list because I knew Barry would say that. Barry loves Guild Wars, and Guild Wars 2 is a game he won't shut up about. But he is really addicted to Halo 4, so he may go for that. So, David, what did you go for in the end? Are you going for Faster Than Light, or are you saying that's an indie game, and you're going for Mass Effect 3?
I'm going to go for Mass Effect 3.
Okay, well, 2 to 1, so Mass Effect 3 is winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we all picked a different film, but in this, you both picked Mass Effect 3, so that's apparently winning, even though Borderlands is better. So, arcade games, Minecraft.
Adam? No, Walking Dead.
Well, too bad. 2 against 1. Minecraft kicked your
Walking Dead. You need to play Walking Dead. I mean, Minecraft, amazing, but
I've recently got Series 1 and 2 of that, so I can actually watch Walking Dead now. But yeah, I will.
There are no spoilers in the game, so you can play the game without worrying about spoilers.
Any game that you buy on Xbox Arcade and then still go out and pay for the other platform,
all right,
is worth.
I refused to get Minecraft PC because I thought it was like stupid and waste of money. And I got the Xbox One because I thought, well, it's the Xbox One, it'll be all right. And then I still said to Phasma, no, not gonna buy it, not gonna do it. Then I bought it, and it's fucking awesome.
Now you have a second series.
Yeah, what swayed you into buying PC Minecraft?
Take it.
There you go. That's not really just because of PC Minecraft. I mean, if they came out a week before you bought PC Minecraft and said we're going to allow modders to mod the Xbox version and eventually have Tekkit on there, would you have bought the PC version?
Like they'd never do that.
They'd never do that. No, but I'm saying if they were to say there's going to be a Tekkit version, if they started working with the guys who put Tekkit together,
that's entirely possible. They wouldn't let anybody mod it, but it is possible that they could get. There's other people talking about it as well, getting the guys who made Tekkit to come into Mojang or J or whatever they're called. And
J are the guys who ported it to Xbox. But Mojang are the company that made Minecraft.
Yeah, the company made it, but the one who ported it to Xbox, sort of liaising as a triple group, and then putting it as DLC.
Well, the thing is, the people who made Tekkit are just people who bundled together 41 different mods.
Yeah.
So you'd need to get those modders in there. So it's a complicated thing.
Well, they just need the permission. Yeah.
It's far too many people. But, yeah. Sorry, speaking of Mojang, do you know about the other game they're bringing? Like, Notch isn't touching Minecraft at the moment anymore. He's too busy working on their other game.
Notch hasn't been involved in Minecraft since November 2011.
Yeah, because he's been working... Jeb has taken control of Mojang Minecraft stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're working on... It's like a space shooter.
Yeah, I thought it was a sandbox. Space sandbox.
Oh, it might be. But it's a first-person shooter, I know that.
Oh, okay. I think it's a sandbox first-person shooter.
Yeah,
sandbox.
That's what Far Cry is. Far Cry is a first.
Oh, is it?
It's a sandbox first-person RPG shooter.
So what Mojang are working on is a space Far Cry.
They're working on low-graphic Halo that isn't linear.
Well, it'll be a Far Cry from the settings that they've got in Far Cry.
Shut up.
It's Halo done by Mojang with a bit of Minecraft.
Nice.
Okay. So Minecraft
Played Walking Dead.
Minecraft wins that.
Minecraft wins that.
The other category I had for best of 2012, I can only think of one thing that actually came out. It's best album.
Is that best people? Oh, sorry, go on.
That was a horrible laugh. I take that back.
Whoa. Who would you say wins? No, we're not doing that. No.
Well, I mean, the person who went furthest.
Oh, dude, get out. Anyway, best album.
Jimmy Savile set a new record.
We've done this. Go on. Best album, did you say?
Adam will probably agree with me, and I'm going to say The Connection.
You see, it's weird. I got The Connection and Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor 2 on the same day.
You like Food and Liquor 2, don't you?
I listened to them both, and my initial impressions was not so big on The Connection, but I absolutely loved Food and Liquor 2. I thought it was amazing. And I'm sure David will agree with me on this as well. After a while, I thought it was shit. The more I listened to it, the more I didn't like it.
But with The Connection, the more you listen to it, the more it grew on you, right?
Right. So, yeah, probably go with Connection.
Because, I mean, obviously Linkin Park had an album out this year, and there were some good songs on it. There were some good songs on it, fuck off.
No, it was David's...
Alright, there was about 3 or 4 good songs on it. And, no, that album's not as bad as I thought it'd be. It was better than the previous album.
Yeah.
And I'm a massive Linkin Park fan, so I'm going to listen to any of their albums no matter what they do anyway. But I'd still go with The Connection. Every song on that was good. Like, there wasn't a bad song on that album that I can think of.
There were a few songs I didn't like at first. I mean, even when it started to grow on me, there's a few that I still wasn't a fan of. But, I mean, the more I've listened, the more I've loved it.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with The Connection, Papa Roach, because I can't think of any other album. I tried to look at albums that came out this year, but it's really hard to find a category that doesn't encompass everything. I don't want to look at if Sugar Babes had an album out this year, or whoever One Direction are.
Sugar Babes had an album out? I mean, what?
I was just saying things. Yeah, I don't want to know who One Direction. So I don't know. I didn't want to look at everything. I tried to look at a metal list. Thing is, Papa Roach wouldn't appear on that because they're not metal, and I couldn't be asked to look through this metal list because it went through like really heavy death metal bands, and I was like, I don't know half of you people. I know Lacuna Coil, but I don't know half of you people. And then looking at a rock list would have just annoyed me, so I went, fuck it. The Connection. That's who I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I think, I don't think I bought anything else this year other than the Lupe Fiasco and Connection, so
There's
I can't really.
I saw something that infuriated me yesterday. I caught up on a show that I watched by the Fine Brothers called My Music. It's really good. You should watch it on YouTube. But there's a guy in it because the characters are all based on their favourite type of music, and there's a guy called the Metal. He's all metal actually, and he's sort of trapped in a basement for some reason, and he asks someone else is with him called Old Metal, and he asks New Metal. Just tell me one thing. What are Papa Roach doing? Bearing in mind this was filmed a couple of weeks ago and released like a couple of days ago, because I know that because I have him on Twitter. And his reaction was, nothing. Papa Roach have done nothing. I was like,
how's your laptop?
Exactly.
You did launch your laptop.
You say this was filmed a couple of weeks ago, but the album was out longer than that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they were even behind.
I've been to a live gig of Papa Roach's since then.
Exactly.
A live gig?
They've not done their...
Yeah, you can get DVDs.
They either know that album exists and they don't like it, or they haven't done their research very well.
But
Either
I mean,
way.
it was an experimental album. They were doing things they've never done before.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't like on what's the song they released? Still Swinging, yeah.
Yeah.
On that, I thought it was silly that Kobe didn't do the synth bit. You know, that because I did it when I sang along when we were there watching them. He just kind of went quiet, and I was like, "You pussy, do the synth bit." I know it was a reverb done on like editing. Fucking do it yourself, lady cunt. And then
it's talk about him like that.
In the bridge,
he probably did it. He probably did it just so then he knew that there would be someone in the crowd that would try and do it. The synthesized version, and they would just look like an absolute twat among the people around them.
Oh, I do it really well. You should hear me, especially with the bridge part of that song where it's all sort of synth. Perfect, I can do it. Dominic can do it as well. He loves that song.
I think they've released 2 others now, haven't they? Or sort of, they've released music videos for 2 others.
I was aware. What they released?
Where Did the Angels Go?
Yeah, I knew they'd do that one. Which I like that one because there was a screamy bit at the end. They need to go back and do more screamy stuff.
Yeah, I did say that, didn't I? I did when I first listened to the album. I was hoping for more screaming.
So when I heard that song, when it got to the outro bit, I was like, it'd be really cool if they screamed this bit. So I screamed it, and I was like, oh shit, he did it as well. Nice one. But yeah.
But the other one they've done is Before I Die.
I don't know which one that is. Sing it.
No. I'm not singing. I don't sing. That's as far as I'll go. I'll make a fool of myself as much as you want, but I'm not going to sing. Singing's too far. But yeah, I want to go back to how we started this as well. We've sorted everything, haven't we? We're all going with Connection for album, yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to go back to how we started though. That was Kitten hamburgers and people.
Kitty burgers.
Okay, the bit after the kitty hamburgers.
Oh, okay. Go on then.
I think it was just
That's
before the pedophiles. No, it was just before the pedophiles, wasn't it?
Okay,
I don't know what it's about.
Oh, it was the Dragon Ball Z thing. That was just before the pedophiles.
Oh, yeah.
And I was talking about the video that I'd seen that I thought was better.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm just going to send that one to you guys now. It's called Plurality. Obviously, you can't watch it now, but it's awesome. You've seen it, Dave, and you know how awesome it is.
It is. It's
Don't
really
let Dave
awesome.
watch it. His mic will fuck it up.
He's already seen it. But
Yeah,
you need to watch it, John, and yeah, I think that the people who were behind that, if they were to get given a proper film contract, then that would be awesome.
So is there anything else you lot want to do a best of 2012 of? Is there any other categories? I did film, game, and music because that was all I could really think of. Like,
best board game. I like the Walking Dead board game.
we've yet to play.
I've played it.
Yeah, but you keep bringing it over, and then we don't play it. You're like,
my fault.
Nice.
That's because I bring over board games and they're much better.
Yeah.
But to be fair, none of the games that we played were released in 2012, so they were all like 2010.
So
Like the sort of 2008, 2010 games. So
I played quite a good card game. It was called Sentinels of the Multiverse.
okay then.
That's a really good one. You basically you all play a superhero, and one person also plays a villain, and you do it's sort of role play, and you've got to take down the villain basically. you have your own deck. There are pre-made superheroes, and you have your own decks of cards, which are sort of your abilities and stuff like that, and you draw them, and that's how you attack and stuff. But it's a pretty cool game.
Sounds good.
How about, I mean, this would encompass absolutely everything. I mean, albums, films, games.
No. What, the best thing of 2012?
Kind of. I was going to say, what's the biggest letdown?
Biggest letdown.
Not the Higgs boson. Biggest letdown.
Worst apocalypse ever.
Yeah, the end of the world. Big letdown.
Worst apocalypse ever. I was hoping for a lot more. Well, I was told people put up their houses on Craigslist. I want to know what happened to these people. Why has there not been any sort of interview with them going, see, you're an idiot, yeah? You're an idiot. How do you feel to be an idiot? Carry on.
The best thing about that is that the comment, I think, I can't remember who put it up, Will Ferrell, I think, maybe, but he said if the Mayans were any good at predicting the future, there would still be Mayans.
There are.
There are. It's just culture disappeared.
There are still Mayans.
Maya
but
blood.
Not in Mayana or wherever Mayans were.
Oh, okay. I've done my research, clearly. I thought the Mayans were actually wiped out as opposed to assimilated.
They just moved from their native land, and it was that's what the sort of apocalypse Mayan mystery should be. Is why did they leave? No one knows. They just seriously just got up and left, and then they've died out as an actual race. There aren't any Mayans living in one area, but they just assimilated into the rest of society.
Okay then, I'll give you that one.
Yeah. No, there is an area called Maya. That's where the Mayans are from. That makes sense, yeah.
All right,
not
sure.
Mayana.
Is there anything else you want to
Sharona.
wrap this up? Because this has been our longest podcast so far.
Yeah, winning.
It hasn't.
Yeah,
I'm sure we have been over an hour.
we are over now. It's 101 minutes.
No, we started 8 minutes into this call.
Yeah, we started. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the Pamela recording. We are almost 2 minutes over an hour.
Wow. Okay, so biggest letdown.
All right, apocalypse of the year. So apocalypse of the year, worst apocalypse ever.
Yeah.
I mean, as apocalypse go from last year, it was the best one. It was the only one. But
the best thing about that was the French people thinking that Bergerac Mountain, or whatever it's called, would open up and aliens would either come out of it or go into it, depending on which side of the mountain you lived on, which you grow up with your whole life.
Which of the two rival French clans thought?
Yeah.
What it was is they were brothers and they disagreed on something and they formed two different settlements, and somehow over the years it developed into how the world was going to end when the Mayan death aliens came out of a mountain.
Like, last two Mayans emigrated to France and...
No.
So wait, the Mayans are French. No wonder they were just giving up.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Canada. They gave up.
Award goes out for the best trolling of last year, the Mayans. You just imagine them there making the calendar, and they were like, "You've got a lot more room. Could you not want to add another, 100,000 years?" No, we're going to fuck up some idiots next few years. Don't worry about it.
All right, really quick one. The best sort of viral or internet-based thing. Meme.
Oh, wait. So what virus is? The game Plague Inc.
What?
The one that where I created the Binarycore virus. Adam, you know what I'm on about.
Oh yes, yeah.
I actually have that on the list to talk about, but I just decided not to. But yeah, that's my best virus thing. The best viral thing will be Gangnam Style, because
I just wanted to say it, so then I could say Gangnam Style. I'll bring that up. Gangnam.
But I prefer Deadpool version.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Or
did you see
Sparkles digging Minecraft style? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Minecraft style was alright.
I mean, there was something earlier on in the year which I thought was brilliant. But I think it just went out of everyone's view. The Dollar Shave Club. Did anybody actually see that?
No.
Oh, that was brilliant. Hang on, I'm going to have to find this now and share it with you. But that was brilliant. I loved that. I mean, obviously,
I have a Google so I can find it.
Yeah,
I've already found it.
At the end of last year, YouTube did a rewind to YouTube.
Yeah.
And it was ReTube. Was it rewind YouTube style? So they got him in to do all this stuff, and like I didn't get a lot of the references. Like I understood because you had Freddie Wong and the guy with him who does all the videos dressed as Spartan. Yeah. Why did you have Felicia Day washing a car?
Call me maybe.
Sundry, maybe.
Okay, but why? Was it to do with Geek and Sundry?
Yeah,
it
probably.
must be.
I was just curious. I couldn't figure out what she. I mean, I know she did that, but I didn't. I thought that started last year. I just couldn't figure out.
Yeah, it did, but I think it. No, it didn't. Did it? Yeah, it did. It started at the end of last year. No, it didn't. I don't know.
It's because she's been in a lot of viral videos this year. Simple as that.
Okay.
She's considered like the queen, isn't she, of internet videos?
Is she?
Yeah, and then you had Jenna Marbles in it, who does video logs, and Daily Grace, who does video logs, and a couple of others who do video. You had I can't remember his name. I always get it wrong. It's like Big Black Geek or Big Ginger Geek or something. It's literally as racist as that.
Oh.
It really is.
I can't believe you just. Oh dear God.
No, it is. I find it.
No, leave it alone.
Right, the other thing, I think did I think Dollar Shave Club? Because I've just remembered two other things. There was the Call Me Maybe guy, the guy who went on Chat Roulette.
Yeah.
Dressed up as like a woman doing Call Me Maybe. That was brilliant.
That was brilliant, yeah.
And Dumb Ways to Die. Has everybody heard Dumb Ways to Die?
Yeah, I haven't heard I haven't heard the actual song of it. I've heard two covers of it. It was Dumb Ways to Die in Games, which was pretty cool, and it was Interesting Things to Find on Mars.
Yeah.
But I haven't actually heard the original.
The original was awesome. I think it was I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this, but it was a advert on Australian TV or maybe not on TV, but it was an Australian advert for train safety. And I think I found the Dumb Ways to Die video game edition. So that's that there as well for the link dump.
Yeah, no, I'm going to put that one in.
Yeah, Dumb Ways to Die, I love that. It's brilliant.
Okay. Yeah, it's called Black Nerd Comedy, that one. I just want to...
Which is a lot more PC.
Yeah, actually, that's not as bad as I thought it was.
It was a PSA by Metro Trains in Melbourne, Australia, to promote rail safety.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Well, thank you for joining me on this podcast. I don't know when I'm going to put this out. I might try and put it out tonight. I don't know.
You made a promise on Twitter.
Don't make a promise. It's going to take me an hour to export this, so we'll soon see.
You made a promise? Never make promises to Twitter. Twitter will eat you alive if you promise it something and they say no.
Just Oh, remind me to never whistle again on camera or during recording as well.
Did you do it on the Take It?
I did it on the Take It, and I had to take my earphones off.
Now you know how we feel.
All right, my bad. On that note, I'm going to say goodbye.
Yes,
Bye.
Thanks for joining.